going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 57 of the Offshore Gamescast. I am Dave.
You've kind of already done that one.
Not with the snap, though.
That's true, the snap is new.
Yeah.
I'm Dylan. We did a review for Endling, Extinction is Forever. Go check it out on our YouTube. It was a fun review.
It was a really, really fun game.
Why don't we just jump into it?
Let's jump into it, because we both played it, believe it or not.
Believe it or not. So go check out that video review if you want to see like the actual game and have like a more concise thing. But we're still gonna talk about it. So in Endling, you play as this mama fox with her cubs. Also, I love the thing. So climate change shit and bad like humans are happening where you are. Your forest burns down, and then you give birth to your cubs. And they really want you to be attached to these cubs to where they actually let you like choose from some templates, like what color scheme you want them to all have your 4 cubs.
Yep.
They knew what they were doing. So very early on, one of your cubs gets tricked into leaving the den and gets essentially kidnapped. And your job as Mama Fox is to what's the family you looked? What's the family of foxes again?
Skulk.
You're skulk.
A group of foxes is called a skulk.
You're skulking around with your skulk. But your job as Mama Fox is to try to. You have to keep your cubs fed, which is there's a hunger meter for that. And from what we gathered, if you're not hunting food and giving it to them, that they will like starve to death. And that's that. They're dead. They're dead. Well, not. It would be one at a time. I don't think it would be all of them just die.
No, it's one at a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's bullshit because I picked the colors of my cubs and I decided which one was my favorite, and it was the last one that I did, and I was like, oh, this one has that real nice like thing over its eyes, like that one's my favorite. I'm picking that one, and that's the fucking one that gets taken. And I don't know if it's better or worse because I don't have it the entire game. And then that's the one that I have to go seek out and find, and it's like that makes it better, like narratively. But it's like, it's my kid. You took my kid.
You're throwing like some dead rats to your cubs to feed them. You're like, you're not even my favorite.
Yeah, you. I like the other one better. And I've only known him for like 2 days.
So, yeah, that's the main gameplay loop, is you come in at night because during the day all the people are out. So you go out at night with your little cubs, and your 2 main goals are tracking your missing cub, which will appear every 5 nights or so. You get like a pink scent to follow.
Not even. It's pretty random.
Okay, so you get this pink scent to follow on, any given night. And that will lead you to these like flashes. It'll lead you to objects on the ground, which as you sniff them gives you like flashes of what happened there during the daytime.
Detective mode.
Pretty much. And you're following the dude that took your cub, and you're seeing like what they're going through, where they're going, and you're trying to find your cub. And it takes some we're not gonna go into crazy story spoilers or anything. It definitely takes some turns with what goes on.
There's a lot that happens in this game, and as we say in the review, not a single word is spoken, but you just get attached to so many of the other characters, as you can say, because not all of them are human, but there's just there's so much that you can see just from the animations and just from the actions that you just can't. I mean, it's animals. How do you not get attached to animals and stuff like that?
There is also that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of incredible to me how good of a job they did telling a story that has such an emotional impact without a single word.
I mean, I didn't really get close to feeling the emotion that you said you felt, but it definitely really it's one of those games that's going to stick out to me.
Yeah, So that's the general loop is every night you're going out, tracking cub and feeding your cubs food with little green trails you can find.
You never eat yourself, and that's the weird thing.
What?
There's not a single moment in the game where you as the oh, come on, man. Not you.
That's what I thought you meant. Like, you're never chomping down on yourself. It's crazy.
But that's the thing. As the mama fox, you don't eat yourself. Like, you don't eat.
So, my girlfriend was watching me play this. And our theory with that was every time she's putting food down for her cubs, she's like taking a little bit for herself. Yeah. That was our in-lore, like our headcanon explanation for how everything still makes sense.
What was the closest you came to losing a cub?
I kind of didn't. Like it got to a point where like the food meter like got like a little low, but I never really had. It was never like dangerously close.
So when their food is really low, the cub that's closest to the food meter, that head is its own meter, and that'll start to go down itself. So if you don't go,
terrifying.
So what happens is whatever cub is the one that's hungry, just gets hungry and stays put. So if you start walking, the others will follow you, and that one will just be hungry. So you have to go and bring food directly to the one, but that also fills up the food meter.
That's terrible.
And
that's giving me anxiety right now.
I came very close to losing
terrible.
One. But luckily I was able to find something, feed them, and I was like, all right, what else? What other food are we getting? I don't care if it's daytime.
So I don't think we really need to go deeper into it than that because we have the video review up, which I recommend go watch that. We go deeper into it there. We do have our scores. I do want to say, no spoilers, but the game did bring me, I'm talking tears like out of both eyes.
Not me, but kind of close.
Well, that's still an impact of some kind then.
Yeah, it's still very impactful and there were parts that I was like, "Oh wow, oh damn."
There does seem to be different variations to endings if you're into that, depending on some choices you make and things you do.
Mm-hmm.
But let's leave it at that. Dave, what did you give it?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I was, for most of the game, hovering around an 8 or an 8.5. And then when the ending hit me as it did, that's the type of thing that bumps a game up for me.
A good ending always it can be something that just makes it better. And brings you that next bit.
Yep. So it brought my score to a 9 out of 10. So our official score, the Offshore Gamescast score, was an 8.5 out of 10. And that is a high rating.
For me, initially, it was a 7, and then I bumped it up to an 8.
Yeah, it does a very good job. It doesn't overstay its welcome or anything, and it does like exactly what it needs to do in the perfect amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dave, what else you been playing?
Fuck. So I went back, unfortunately.
You played Stray, right? That's what you're so unexcited about?
So I finished a CrossfireX Operation Catalyst. Oh my god. So
you had some really good words to say about it last week.
So apparently when I left off last time, I was on the final chapter and there was only like less than an hour left to be played. It got so much worse, and I could not care even more. You fucking go up. I don't even remember what the lady's name was. The lady. I don't. She has a name.
You didn't say her name last week. I don't think either. You always called her the lady.
Yeah, and I remember that she had a name when I was playing, and I don't remember what the name is because this game means nothing to me. So, have you ever seen Minority Report?
No.
So
wait. Maybe. Who's in it?
Tom Cruise.
No.
2002.
We've had it on at work. Well, back in the old days of us working together.
It is a good movie, but so what happens is Kavanaugh, who's the one who got taken, is in this like machine, and like he's not dead, and his like you can see him writhing. He almost looks like he's kind of in an Animus, like an original Animus type deal. And
Okay.
apparently this Operation Catalyst is using him and his brain to be able to predict future wars and stop them before they happen. So just basically Minority Report.
Okay, I have questions.
Go.
Why does this guy's brain have the capability to predict future wars?
Don't know.
All right.
There's also something about him and like this like Crisis-esque or like Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 fucking esque like suit, like this super commando suit or whatever. And Hall keeps getting flashes of that, and that shit makes no sense. But you just find him, and when you go up to Kavanaugh, the lady's there, in a cutscene, he just takes her out with 2 bullets, so how unsatisfying is that? and then like and then it's like over. They're in a helicopter, only him and Randall survive, and they like dip, and then you have the other operation that I do not give a fuck about, and there's no way any money is going. The second I was done and like I turned the game off, I uninstalled it so fucking fast.
I'm gonna get you the second operation for your birthday.
God, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it.
I'm gonna get it for you.
When the credits rolled, because I knew that Remedy was a part of this and I was curious, I saw Sam Lake's name and I felt so bad because I would never want my name attributed to that nightmare.
Who is Sam Lake?
Sam Lake is Remedy. Like, he's the guy whose face that they used for Max Payne. He's Max Payne, Alan Wake, Control. He is Remedy.
Okay. All right.
And, oh, God.
So, Sam, good track record.
Sam Lake's whole thing is, like, you don't know what's going to happen next. Like, Alan Wake, Control, stuff like that. You don't know what's going to happen, and it's, like, that crazy shit. This was garbage. I did not know what's going to happen next, and it didn't, none of it made sense. It was so convoluted. I did not care. And come on, Sam. Come on, Sam. You and the 3 other developers in the room with your fucking granola bar. Come on. Ugh.
I mean, did he have a prominent role, or was he just kind of there?
I don't
even know. Did it say
know.
like executive producer or something?
It's not even worth my time to look it up, but I saw his name and that was bad enough.
That's all you need.
And after what we talked about last week, out of curiosity, I did hop in and play 1 match of the multiplayer. I went to Team Deathmatch, and it took 2 minutes and 21 seconds to get into a match.
Maybe I'm under the wrong impression, but I was under the impression that this was a pretty popular game.
Maybe not in the West.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it like in Asian markets or something?
Oh,
it's bigger?
Was, I mean, that's why it got brought over, because of how big it was in that market, and then they brought it over to the West and decided to add garbage as a campaign to it. And first of all, the maps were so small. Like the 1 map that I played, it was basically just like on this cargo ship, and there's like random cargo containers just on it. You can't ADS.
What is with these first-person shooters and these cargo ships?
Don't know. That's just the thing.
All right.
But I'm running around. I can't ADS, so I'm like, that's bad. So it's like straight up made like for that. PC, because that's where it's big on PC in Asia. So you're running around, and I die the first few times, and I'm like, what is this? I go to use a grenade, and it's one of those things where you don't just throw the grenade. You hit the button, it pulls out the grenade, then you have to hit the trigger to pull the pin and then throw it.
Okay.
And it literally was just running around, spraying and praying.
Were there like, did it at least fill up? Like the match?
Like there were people there.
Okay.
But you're literally just running around, and it became a game of just like, I don't give a fuck, just keep the trigger pulled, and as soon as you see someone, just hold the trigger down and hope you kill them. If you get a headshot, they're pretty much dead. Otherwise, you just hold it down and hope. Hold and hope.
Oh, that doesn't sound very fun.
I somehow went 25 and 24.
Good job.
I hated it.
25 and 24, you said?
Yeah,
That's,
I hated it.
for your first round,
I hated
that
it.
ain't bad.
I turned the game off. I uninstalled it immediately. 2 out of 10. Fuck this game.
2 out of 10.
I said
That is
IGN
by
score.
far our lowest score.
IGN score of 3 out of 10 was too high.
I guess you're sticking to your word. It's true.
Absolutely. I hated it. Don't make me do it again.
Well, I'm gonna get you the second operation.
No.
Happy birthday.
Gross.
All right. Let's move to a good game.
One that we've talked about.
Yeah, I went back to Sifu.
I still want to try it.
So they added an easy mode, which we talked about however many months ago at this point.
That's what I'd be doing.
I completely started the game over, and I also put it on easy mode because it's just kind of getting to a point in video games of this year where I'm like, I need to start like seeing the ends of some of these games.
That's just how I am in general. There's too many games. My backlog's too big.
Yeah. So I decided to go with the female protagonist this time, just cause. Why not?
1, 2, 3,
I
or
did
4.
the male last time. What?
1, 2, 3, or 4.
What does that mean?
You said just cause.
No, that's just cause.
Oh my god. We have accent?
No. Everyone knows that the 2 white guys from New York have no accent.
Yes, sir. Generic voice.
Uh-huh. So the game on this easier mode is still like kind of challenging, but it's way more doable.
Okay.
So for reference, last time I played, I was not able to get through the second level. There's 5 bosses. There's 5 levels essentially. And I wasn't able to get through the second one. I never even saw the boss. I didn't even get like halfway through the level, and I tried a few times. This time, I have now finished the 3rd level and have not had a game over.
Mm-hmm.
So, remember how I told you where it's like every time you die, your age goes up, and then it starts to go like incrementally more and more until you get too old, and then you're like dead, and you have to start the game over?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to start the game over, but you basically do to get all the levels and everything. So you still like age as you die, except so the highest I've gotten is 30. Cause you start at 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only going up. I don't know if it changes at 30, but up to 30, it's only going up 1 year at a time every time I die.
Okay.
And I don't remember if this was not an easy mode. Like it's normal if you can do this, but you get these like little checkpoints throughout a level, and you can choose one of 9 like skill upgrades there with 3 different ways to go about picking a skill.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them you can use experience and de-age by 5 years.
Huh. Interesting.
So it's definitely way more doable. And it just does the usual, like, it takes more hits to actually kill you. Like, your health bar is stronger. Enemies are a little bit weaker, and they don't do, their combos are less advanced. I still had, like, the fucking boss of the 3rd level killed me. I went from, I was like 22 to 30 years old just in that boss fight.
Wow.
It was still pretty brutal, but, like, again, not impossible. And I'm honestly having a lot better time with it this way, because I just feel like a badass person that could do all these crazy martial arts.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when I played, that's how I'm going to be doing it, because I've already seen how difficult stuff like that is, and my patience can only go so far.
I can do challenging up to a point. Like, if you were to ask me why exactly, I'm sure if I thought about it long enough, I could come up with a good reason. Like, why I didn't want to do Sifu, but I can do Elden Ring, no problem whatsoever. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I find that shit so weird, because it's like, we've talked to our buddy Editor Al, and he's Mr. Dark Souls, but he's he's like, I'm like, are you ever gonna play Devil May Cry? And he goes, nah, I don't know, like and whatnot. But I'm like, it's hard, and I can't do the Dark Souls games, but I did Devil May Cry 1.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's going into a game with the mindset already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was the fact that you basically have to redo the levels to regain all your experience and get the skills again in Sifu. That was kind of like oh, okay, like, no. Or it's just like combat is very different. Like, if you want to get good at Sifu, you have to like really learn the combos, and it's a very fast moving game. And I'm not exactly a big like fighting game guy because like it's essentially that level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm having a much better time with it. I definitely recommend this game on easy mode for you.
Oh, that's the only way I'll be playing it.
I hope to have it finished sooner rather than later like this, because like I played for one night for 2 or 3 hours on this easy mode, and I'm done with 3 out of the 5 bosses. So
maybe I'll start it this week.
You should.
I might.
You have to.
I mean, that's one of those 2022 games that I came and went, and I'm just like, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, as something new, like, yeah, I still want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how far I get.
You'll see Fu
Manchu.
Yep, there we go.
Can we get to the fun stuff now?
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, you talk about it.
Yeah! Stray came out today. I've been waiting. Emily and I have been so excited. And actually, no, it came out yesterday. Well, here's the thing. It came out yesterday. Well, shut up. I don't give a shit because the episode goes up on Thursday and yesterday is fuck you. I don't give a fuck. So, as of this moment that I'm living, Stray came out yesterday, and Emily and I were so excited. We got food. We sat down. We started playing, and we got like an hour into it before we like decided to like put it down and go to bed. As of today, I started my own playthrough because I let her play for the most part, like for that first hour. And I hopped into it, started my own playthrough. Her first hour took me about 20 minutes because I just sped run through it. And I beat it in one sitting. 5 hours, 5 minutes, 38 seconds. Oh my god, this game is fantastic. It's yes. It, like, Pokemon is still possibly game of the year. This is close. This is fantastic.
All right.
So, here's the cut of the jib. You are
That's the saying.
You're a cat. You're a kitty cat, and you and your 3 other kitty cat buddies are going on.
Whoa, there's kitty cat buddies?
You got 3 kitty cat buddies.
All right, that's pretty good.
You're going out from the get-go. You're taking a little journey. You're exploring. You're in. It's like this cyberpunk future. You're just walking around this very, like nature overridden. Like there's big walls. It's like there's this huge city, this walled city. You're just kind of walking around. You're in what is called the outside. So you're the last to hop onto this pipe, which you can already tell is like starting to give. And when you hop on it, you fucking fall and you go straight down. And you're falling down this little like incline, and you're holding on with your claws at the last second. And your little kitty friends are looking over at you, and they're just like, "Huh, that sucks." And you go down,
yeah.
And you hit the bottom, and you're in the sewer. And after a little bit, you wake up, and you're limping. You make it back, and there are these little like head crab looking motherfuckers walking around, and you're like, okay. And there's this sense of guiding you. You're seeing all these arrows and like computer screens telling you where to go. And when you finally make it out, you come across this little robot friend called B12. And with his assistance, you go out into the world and you are in the slums. Basically, this entire walled city with a dome over it in the future where all these AI robots are living. And your whole goal is to get back to the outside.
Okay. That all makes sense because, yeah, I remember it was kind of like from all the trailers before the game came out. It was kind of like the mystery of like, okay, you're this cat, but you seem to have a little robot friend, and there's also other humanoid robots everywhere. And okay, this is providing some answers.
So as you're going around, you're platforming, you're hopping up along pipes, air conditioners. Wherever you can jump, and you're exploring. And the majority of the game is you are helping little B12 with the memories of what it was like back during the human times. So there's 5 core memories for the game, and then a whole bunch of like little memories of just lore and stuff as you're going on. And I'm pissed. Because I got all but one of the memories, because when you go section to section in the game, you can't go back. So in a section that only had 2 memories, I missed one. Furious. But
Rip.
Oh, this game is still just perfect. You can do almost anything a cat can do. You can like little drink out of puddles. You see his little tongue doing little blips. It's fantastic. The animations are great. You can scratch up couches and chairs and carpets and just scratch at doors, scratch on some trees.
So you can, on top of being adorable, you're also an asshole like an actual cat.
Oh yeah, you're walking across keyboards. You're typing in random stuff. What else? You can take naps. You can take naps around places. You just crawl around and just like you get cozy, and then the camera starts to shift out and like give you the environment. And there's this one little dude that you meet. You have to find these little music sheets for him, and he starts playing them because he doesn't know how to play music, but he wants to. And the music in this game is like real just calm and nice to listen to, and there's some real funky beats in it. I love them. There's one that I love. It's music sheet 4 out of 8 is my favorite one.
Okay, I love me some funky beats.
I think it's The Way You Compute Tonight or something is what it's called. I love that one so much. What else can we do? We can walk across keyboards. You can meow whenever you want. Circle is the dedicated meow button.
All right, well, okay. So, you know how there's the, like, you can pet the dog, you can pet the cat. Can you, as a cat, pet another cat?
So, in the beginning, when you go up to your other 3 cats, you walk up and you hit triangle, and, like, you start rolling over and, like, pretending to attack them, and, like, they'll come over and, like, they'll pretend to fight you too, and then, like, they'll start licking you. It's adorable. And
I count that.
As a cat, in some instances, you can rub up against the robot's legs.
Okay, so it sounds like they really took like what a cat is like and put it in this game.
Absolutely, like almost everything down to like you got kitty kisses, you got like in the scene where the cat's falling, you see how the body is immediately turning like a cat would to like stop their fall.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much detail into like just cats, and it's fantastic, and just the exploration and just where you can go and just finding things. So you know that little jacket that he has, that little whatever?
Yeah.
The second that gets put on you, the cat's like, I hate it, I don't want it. And they're walking around like they can't stand it. And as soon as they put it on, he just falls over. And then you got to get back up, and it's like, this is the worst thing ever. Oh my god. It is... I love it. I want to platinum it, but one of the trophies is that you have to beat the game in under 2 hours, which I think I could definitely do. It's just, I wanted to do every single thing I came across, talk to every single person, do everything. There were a few things that I ended up having to like look up to find exactly where they were, because I wanted to get all the collectibles and everything. But other than that, the game is so straightforward. It's so much fun. Cats, man. Come on.
I mean, yeah.
It's a short but very good story. And like I said, when you get with some endings, it just kind of gives it that bump. And I loved the final section of this game. It's a 10 out of 10 for me.
So, Well, first off, that's the first 10 out of 10 we've ever had on the show.
It's
So congratulations to Stray.
oh my god. The game looks beautiful too. It's so detailed in some places. That cyberpunk feel really gives off that this like rustic dystopian cyberpunk. There's neon lights and everything. I love it.
I'm not going to read off every bullet point you put down in our doc, but I just want to share with the people three of them specifically.
Gotcha.
God, this game is just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is just a dedicated amazing bullet point. Oh, this is amazing.
Yep.
And the other one is in all caps, cats.
Do you need more?
Not really.
I actually
that sounds like a 10 out of 10.
I took a little video because Emily's cat was chilling with me while I was playing, and at 2 points, he's sitting at the edge of the bed just staring at the TV, like legit watching the TV as I'm playing. And he never really like does that when we're doing other stuff, but he was just watching and like full attention. I'm like, this is just perfect. I love this.
So cats can also be kind of stupid. Do you think that he thought that was like an actual cat in the screen?
No, and Ollie is not stupid, you idiot.
Cats are all cats are kind of stupid.
Ollie's perfect.
Listen, I don't mean this as a bad thing, but all cats they're great, but they're also all assholes and all a little stupid.
He's not stupid. He's a bit of an asshole. You should see her Crocs.
I can imagine.
So many bite holes.
I can imagine.
Everybody should play Stray. Everybody. Go get it. Play it. It's
mandatory.
So great. It's so great. One of the trophies is to meow 100 times, and once I found that, I just sat there and I just kept clicking the button until I got the trophy.
Just meow, 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 meow.
Literally. There's so many cute, heartwarming little pieces to this game, and while like most of the game is just read out loud to you, like through like you're reading it, because like B12 is translating what these AI robot things are saying. It's I loved it. I loved it.
All right. Well, I'm hoping this week I have some time to do this because I really want to play Stray.
I want to throw one last little detail in there. There are random paper bags that you can find, and you can put your head into them, and it gets stuck on your head. And the best feature is when the bag is stuck on your head, all the controls are inverted.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it's perfect.
Also, a very cat thing to do.
Love it. Oh my god, there's so many great things about this game.
Well, this is it. I don't know how to follow up a 10 out of 10 review. So I'm just gonna very quickly talk about Gwent Rogue Mage. A quick update.
God, I wish we got a review code for this game so we could put out like a true review for it. It's so good.
We tried.
Yeah.
For the record, we tried. So Gwent Rogue Mage, I'm gonna blast through this because let's move on to news because that'll be a better transition after Stray.
Yeah.
I unlocked the third deck, the Hive deck, which is all about like absorbing and killing and consuming your own cards on the playing field to like buff up your own.
Okay.
And I still I don't know if it's because it's what I got used to, but that first deck is still my favorite.
Yeah.
And I just unlocked a new card for that first deck that also kind of adds to my strategy. So I'm even more like, I'm just going to stick with the first deck.
I did the same thing with Stray the Spire. Like, I got real used to the first one, and then I ended up getting to another deck, and I'm like, oh, I like this way too much. I'm just going to keep playing with this character.
Yeah. It's like as you're just getting used to it, and you're like, all right, I get the groove. I like this deck. And then you get given a new one. It's like, well, yeah, I just learned this one. I also enabled the Archmage mode, which is easy mode. Do you see the trend here at my games this week? It doesn't make a big difference. It's a small difference that can make a big difference. So remember I said you start with like a certain amount of mana at the beginning of a run, and you can use that to like cast spells during the game, and the only way to recharge it is at specific points on the map. This makes it so at the beginning of every round, or at the beginning of every fight, you automatically regain 10 mana, and every run that you lose, that will permanently increase by 2.
Okay.
So I'm basically able to cast way more spells now and always be at full mana. So it's like a small change to the difficulty that makes a pretty big difference. Because I was just kind of stuck in the loop of like, I'm beating a few and then losing, and then beating a few and then losing. And it's like I'm enjoying this, but I don't really want that from this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to feel overpowered with a cool deck.
Oh yeah.
So, it does a thing where it's, you can take it. You can't be on leaderboards with this mode enabled, but I don't give a shit about being on the leaderboards because I was never going to be close to the top anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my update. I'm liking it better on easy mode.
Do you want a tiny, tiny, tiny update?
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is back for you.
No, I played like 3 minutes of Spider-Man PS4 today.
We've done this update in the past.
Just swinging around. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When in the middle of the move, I was collecting all the games that I was like really wanting to bring with me, like the important ones. And I see the case for Spider-Man, and I'm just like, where the fuck is this disc? I cannot find it. I bet it's in my PS4. Blah 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 blah. I have no idea where it is. And as I finished Stray today, and I'm just looking at the games that I have up there, and I go over to Spider-Man. I'm like, I just want to I wonder where it is. And I see the disc symbol next to it, and I'm like, huh. I mean, I know I have it as a disc, and I go over to another game, and that disc is just like it has a disc next to it, but it's white. And I'm like, hold on. And I go back to Spider-Man. I'm like, has it been in my PS5 this entire time? Because I barely touch my PS5 unless it's something like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god. So I just hop into it. I just start swinging around.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah.
Next year it'll be fun with Spider-Man 3. Or 2, sorry.
Yeah, because we got Spider-Man 1.5.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right, let's move on to news.
Tell me something
Dave.
new.
All right, there's a wrestling battle royale happening.
Boo!
So I had to talk about it.
I don't care.
Rumbleverse.
Yeah, it's the one with the chicken on it.
It's battle royale meets very arcadey wrestling. Yeah. And so I watched the trailer. So it got a release date, August 11th. So very soon, a couple weeks here. And I gotta say, watching the trailer, it didn't do anything for me. I saw it and was like, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life.
I'm surprised that a wrestling game does not stick out to you.
It didn't it had wrestling moves, but it didn't really seem like necessarily a wrestling game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It just kind of looked like Melee Fortnite to me.
Yeah, it definitely has that Fortnite vibe to it.
Well, speaking of Fortnite vibe, it is only coming to the Epic Games Store, which I want to say this is being published or maybe even developed by Epic Games. Let me do a quick search. Rumbleverse.
Everything Epic has put out recently, I could not give two shits. This Dauntless Fortnite, I just don't care.
So it's being published by Epic Games. So there you have it. It's coming to the Epic Games Store on PC and will be free to play for those interested. I'm not. That's pretty much the reason I put this on here is because it was wrestling and I kind of have to try to sneak my wrestling weekly thing into the show.
Mm-hmm. So this is kind of exciting. I'm not really sure what to think about it, but there's a new game coming from John Romero and him in his studio. I don't know if it's his wife or whatever, but they have their own game studio, and they're working with a major publisher, but they won't tell us who it is yet. And they're sticking to their FPS roots, and the game will be in Unreal Engine 5. And that's all we know.
I wonder why so secretive about the publisher.
I don't know either, because it's like who what is it going to be? Ubisoft? Like what? Like
yeah, like why is it a secret?
Yeah, I don't know. Or do they? Who is it? The fuck?
Nintendo.
Ew. Nintendo's getting a John Romero FPS and UE5.
Yeah.
No way that's gonna run.
I don't see the problem here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Sony has announced PlayStation Stars. So this is their rewards program. It's gonna launch later this year, and rewards program that basically seems like the Nintendo thing that is happening right now, which is basically like you get points from. I wasn't really clear what you get it from. The way it works with Nintendo on the Switch is you buy a game digitally, and you get points for doing that.
Don't
And then you can use those points. Yeah, they're like coins.
It's like one
points.
coin
like
per dollar or something like that.
Yes. So, well, no, it's not one coin. No, maybe it's 1 coin per dollar. Is like what you get, but they don't equal $1 off.
No.
But they do equal, like, you know, pretty much every time I buy a Switch game digitally, I get these points, and then the next time I buy another game digitally, I apply whatever points I got. I usually get like a couple dollars off every time I buy a game.
Yeah.
I'm just figuring, like, whatever, over time that adds up to like a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be launching theirs later this year. You can also earn digital collectibles by doing these like different tasks and stuff. And that will include, if you're the first person to get a platinum trophy in a video game, you get an exclusive digital collectible through PlayStation Stars that no one else can get.
NFT.
They made it very clear these are not NFTs.
That's what it feels like.
They got ahead of that. I don't know if they got ahead of that or if people are like, so you're doing NFTs, and they had to be like, no, this is not that.
That's what it. Yeah.
So no, not NFTs, thankfully. But yeah, if this will help me get discounts on buying digital games, then sure. That's cool.
Give me discounts on buying physical games.
Well, you then have to wait until like Best Buy or GameStop has an overflux of this physical game and they need to move it.
Hey, I got 5 fingers, man.
What?
Come on.
No, I'm not even close.
5-finger discount.
Is that a thing? I don't know what that is.
Why are you the most sheltered motherfucker in the world? Gee, you don't know anything. You don't know
I really
anything.
Don't.
You don't know what a 5-finger... You're just stealing. That's what it is. You're stealing it. 5-finger...
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Do you know what North America is? Do you know what Earth is?
Well, a lot of the things I don't know involve crimes. So I'm just a law-abiding citizen, that's all.
Watch out for your trip sitters, everybody.
That's yeah, you know, the person that babysits you while you're on a vacation.
Exactly. Anyway, you know NetEase?
Anyway. I do know NetEase.
Alright, we got something here. So, they've introduced a new AAA studio, Jar of Sparks. It'll be headed by Jerry Hook, who's been with Xbox since 2003. Real big Halo Bungie guy.
That's a long time.
Other vets from Destiny and like the Batman franchises will be joining them too. They have a little press release saying that the new generation of narrative-driven action games with immersive worlds that will be filled with moments that gamers will want to share with each other.
All right.
And that's all we got for that. We get a whole bunch of new studio stuff talking and stuff like that, but we don't get a lot of other information.
So I will say, when I saw, because you pulled this news story, when I saw it on the doc, NetEase, a new studio, I was kind of hoping it was going to be about the original Yakuza creator who is now with NetEase and started his own studio, and then that's all we know.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be details about that, but it wasn't.
Nope.
Speaking of new studios, but it's all right. No, terrible transition.
Yep, that's you.
Sony has completed their Bungie acquisition of the brand new studio Bungie.
Oh wow!
With no history of making any big games whatsoever. It's done. The $3.7 billion deal is complete. That's it. It's done. It's official.
Okay.
It's weird because like it hasn't been official, but the moment something like that is announced, my brain is like, oh, okay, it's that's it.
Because, like, what's going to get in the way of it?
Well, weren't like all sorts of investigations going on with these acquisitions? Like, isn't there a potential problem with Microsoft and Activision Blizzard happening?
Yeah, that was, like, the only one.
I thought that the Bungie Sony thing was also part of that.
Not necessarily. I mean, they might have had other issues going on, but I feel like it was just weird and random to just have that jump out of nowhere. But once these things get announced, my brain also just says, like, all right, it's done. Nothing's going to get in the way because nothing has in the past.
So it came up when I was like going through the news. And I saw it. I was like, I just kind of figured that already happened. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, legal shit. I guess I don't know.
I know people can celebrate, and I can just continue on and go on to Thursday.
Are people like celebrating this?
Probably.
Is that a thing? Yeah, probably. Yeah, fanboys.
That's not even. I'm talking about the people who work at Bungie and probably people who work at PlayStation.
Well, are people at Bungie actually celebrating this? Because wasn't their whole thing like going off and becoming independent? And they were like, "Yeah, we're independent."
Yeah, shit makes no goddamn sense.
And then they just got acquired again.
Same thing's been happening with Obsidian for years. They're like, finally, we're free.
That's true.
Let me just join back up with another studio. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
To be fair, it does seem like, from what has been said, PlayStation, this is basically just like a money investment for them, and they're just going to leave Bungie to do their thing.
I mean, pretty much. They've been raking in the cash for years since the first Destiny.
Hey, while we're here, go to offshoregamescast.com/news to read all about the new Destiny 2 event. How was that for a plug?
Do you like some two cool guys in podcasts? Let me just introduce you to the new OffshoreGamescast.com, coming straight to you wherever you have internet. Thanks, Biden, for giving us free internet.
I did that.
Just feels like we're throwing in a Spotify ad. You like listening to Spotify? Listen ad-free.
We're doing a Spotify ad for our own show during our show.
Yep. On Spotify.
And not just on Spotify.
Yep.
It will be on Spotify, but it'll also be on Apple Podcasts.
I'll be listening on Spotify. Let's talk about this, because this is, I don't know how to feel about this still. It's been days. I still don't know how to feel about this. So, a whole bunch of Skate info. First off, it's just going to be called Skate. It's not going to be Skate 4. And because the game is going free to play and becoming a live service, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. In addition, there will be no single player campaign like the previous 3, but they will have some single player content. And it's like, I get it, and I've had a lot of fun in Skate multiplayer, but like I don't know. I'm still gonna have fun with it. It's Skate. I'm excited. It just feels wrong.
I mean, the pieces here independently, you look at like, all right, taking this popular series, it's going free to play, it's gonna be live service, and EA. Like it's immediately like, ugh, that sounds so bad.
Like, it's, by the time it comes out, it'll have been 12 to 13 years since the previous entry, and like, this is what they're doing with it.
Right. But there's also a world, and I don't know if we live in that world, it's yet to be determined. But there is a world where this can be kind of cool and done well.
In a
you know
world
what I mean?
Where this is cool and done well.
Exactly. Just like that.
Always does. So there will be other cool stuff. There will be cross-play and cross-progression, which is nice. The game will take place in San Vansterdam, because they love having their skating names.
Uh-huh.
And so here's the thing that gets most people freaked out is we're going to go over the microtransaction stuff they got going on. There will be no pay to win, no map areas locked behind a paywall, no paid loot boxes, and no paid gameplay advantages. So whatever they have to offer is going to be either completely cosmetic, aesthetic, but they're not going to be hiding tricks or like parts of the map behind it. It still feels yucky, and it's like, okay, as a Skate fan, and you're bringing me Skate and whatnot. What are you going to bring new to it? Are we gonna have the Hall of Meat? Are there gonna be any like returning skate places? The Skate 3 had some DLC. I know they're gonna add on to this, I assume, but it's like, what do we, and like who are the skaters? Who are like, are there no skaters? Because that was like the big thing. Like, who's gonna be representing this game? Who's gonna be like the, not sponsoring, but like the faces, or is it just gonna be you? It's like
Tony Hawk.
Oni Hawk. Onihama Hawk.
The famous skater.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, on one side, hey, the game's gonna be free, so there's no investment to try it now, but
It just feels wrong.
yeah, I'm also a little you're a skate guy. I've never really played much skate at all, but I also can't help but wonder, like, so is the whole game, like, are there any objectives with this game, or are you just gonna straight up be thrown in a park and just like, all right, fuck around?
I assume there are going to be challenges and stuff, because it says they will have some single player content. I don't know what that's going to be, but like in Skate 3, for example, your whole thing was you were going around from like location to location, being filmed as you're trying. Like, the whole thing is you're trying to become big. You're trying to become the next well-known skater, be put in the magazines.
Yeah.
And the milestone for the Skate 3 is you wanted to sell 1 million boards, or like whatever. You got to hit that milestone. And so you would do all these tricks and you would be well known. And I don't know what you're going to do in this. Like, what is your point? Or you're just going to be skating around, which is still going to be fun. But then, like, I feel like if they don't do it right and it doesn't feel just perfect, you're going to have a lot of people fall off fast, me included.
Right. And if that's what happens, then it feels like this is just going to kill skate, right? Like,
if this doesn't work, skate will be dead. And that
Yeah.
sucks, especially after the bullshit with Blizzard. Fuck you, Blizzard, stopping Tony Hawk 3-4 remake with how much I absolutely loved 1 and 2.
there's something about executives in the games industry that they just hate skating.
They're all idiots. They don't. Oh my god. Did you? Okay, so I didn't put this down. As in,
I know
as
where
a
this is going.
You see that guy? I don't even remember who
Yeah.
the Unity exec or whatever, and he was
Yeah.
calling.
He was an EA executive, right? Or was the CEO of EA or something?
Oh, great! I didn't even know he
used to work for EA.
He's a fucking idiot. He called devs fucking idiots for not thinking about the monetization when it comes to like game creating, and you're a fucking idiot because you should play some games yourself because you don't know anything. You only care about money. And you know what happens when you only care about money? Your games suck. They suck so bad, and if the games don't do well, and you don't make that money, and then everything that we loved about these franchises goes 6 feet under, and then we hate you. We hate you so much.
Yeah, it was the exact quote was, I don't remember exactly. It was something like, yeah, they're fucking idiots for not leaning into microtransactions or something.
No. They're smart. You're a fucking idiot because you're just a money grubby sack of shit. We want to play fun games. We don't want to spend $5,000 to get one item out of a loot box, you idiot.
Did you see he had to like apologize?
Yeah, he's like, I cannot believe that. I will do better. Fuck you. Resign.
Yeah. So that's what's happened to our skating games. Tony Hawk is dead, and we'll see about skate.
Stupid old fucking white men.
At least we'll have a session happening, right?
I don't care about session.
All right. What about that other skateboarding game that looks cool?
Skatebird.
There's Skatebird, but there was
Skater
the other
XL.
one. What was it? Maybe it's Session. The one where you're in like fucking hell and you're skating and you told them to put a slug.
Skate Story. That I'm excited for.
Skate Story. Yeah, that looks cool.
Sam Eng.
Should I make a voice clip of this and just send it to him?
Yeah, sure. I really hope he follows through because we were messaging back and forth on Twitter, and I was when I was living at the apartment, I sent him a picture of a slug, or because I was talking about. Well, no. The first message I sent him would be like, I said, "Hey, your game looks awesome. I love skate games. I can't wait to try it." And I sent him a picture of a frog because there's so many frogs in the area. And he goes, "Oh, thank you for the frog." And then a year later, on the same date, I sent him another frog and like updated and whatnot. And we were talking and whatnot. And then I was saying like, "Yeah, we got slugs and all this stuff." And he's like, "Oh, slugs. That's cool. Maybe I'll add one in the game." I was like, "Oh, do it. That's awesome."
All right, I'm gonna post this on Twitter and tag him.
Okie doke.
we'll get a slug update.
I hope so.
All right, let's move on to a new game being announced, Soulframe.
Don't care.
David, have you heard of Warframe?
I know, and I don't care. Don't care. I wish I saw this, and I don't care. And I had a feeling you were going to put it in the news, and I don't care. Because you know what I don't care about? Warframe. I've tried it. Don't care. I'm being way too harsh on it. I am.
Yeah, you're being.
but I don't care because it's all over the place. I didn't think that there's so much. I see so much Warframe and the Duviri whatever, and now I don't care. And I know I'm being too hard on it, but I'm like,
I didn't realize you felt so strongly about it.
I'm filling up with these feelings, and I can't bring them back. I can't tone them down. I don't care.
I always just thought of Warframe as this thing that was just there and it didn't have any effect on me. It wasn't like bad.
I feel like I don't care, and it's everywhere.
All right, so Dave, I'm excited to try Soulframe with you. So this is from Digital Extremes, the makers of Warframe. If you didn't gather that, this game is going to be inspired. It is inspired by Princess Mononoke and the Neverending Story, which is interesting.
That is interesting. Don't care.
Steve Sinclair, the director of Warframe, is stepping down from that role in Warframe to work on Soulframe, to lead it.
Guess what?
You care a lot about this next one.
I already forgot what his name was.
Steve Sinclair.
See, my brain went to Steve Aoki because we were talking about Princess Mononoke.
Nope, Steve Sinclair. And this is going to be... So Warframe is, a shooter, essentially. This is going to be slower and focus more on melee. So it's going to be a melee game that's slower and soul instead of war.
I'm literally just looking down at the floor playing with my headset wire.
Because of how much you care about Soulframe.
I don't care.
All right, well, you can take your next news story, and then I'll do my next one, and I think you might care even less about it.
Speaking of don't care, something is actually relevant now. MultiVersus has put out their new trailer, and they have added the Iron Giant in the roster. They've had Batman. They even had 1% Shaggy. I didn't care. Now they have the Iron Giant. Oh, I care. I will definitely play this game and as the Iron Giant.
Okay, I was going to ask, because I saw you put this in the news with your headline, and I was going to ask, are you going to actually play it now?
It has the Iron Giant. I'm playing it.
All right.
Iron Giant is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, animated movie.
Look forward to Dave probably hating MultiVersus.
Oh, probably.
But you can be the Iron Giant.
That's all that matters.
All right, Dave, you ready to go back to not caring?
Yep.
Star Wars Hunters got delayed. This is the PvP shooter made by Zynga that is only coming out on mobile and Switch. It got delayed to 2023. There you go, Dave. I was quick on that one for you.
Yeah, I was playing with my headset wire again. We got a new Alien game announced. How many fucking Alien games are we gonna get? It's gonna come
another one.
Yeah, it's coming to console, PC, and VR. It's made by Servios and with 20th Century Games. It takes place between Alien and Aliens. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we know. I figure it's going to be first person if it's going to be VR, so.
Probably. But then again, we have Moss.
That's true. It's just Moss, but Alien. All right, Dave, let's talk about something we're going to care about. We got our first official look, although kind of not official, but also official look at Yakuza 8.
Yes, we did.
So,
And part of
this
me
is what went
doesn't
down.
care.
I care.
I hate how much I don't care because fuck this turn-based battle system.
Well, it's still turn-based.
Yeah, and that's why it sucks.
So, Mikuru Asakura, I'm sure I'm saying that terribly, is a Japanese YouTuber and MMA fighter who will be in the game. And they were doing kind of like a studio tour on their phone for a YouTube video, like a vlog thing. And we got our first look at some images of Adachi and Namba are returning, and Ichiban has his hair tied back now. It's not crazy.
I know, he's definitely matured.
He's just he's a whole new man.
I plan on going back and actually like finishing Like a Dragon and just having the battle system play it for me, but I hate it because it was perfect. It was perfect. The series was perfect and they fucked it up.
Yeah, so my feelings as quite the Yakuza fan is not as harsh as yours. Like I tolerated the turn-based combat. The story in Yakuza 7, the characters it's still good.
Like that's the only reason to keep playing, but it's they literally took away the best thing about it.
So this is kind of an unpopular opinion, but they not only made it turn-based, but the turn-based wasn't that fun to me.
No.
It was like there and existed.
Like it's what pisses me off the most is I played now I haven't played every Yakuza game. I even played Dead Souls. I even played the weird shooter that I never finished.
I haven't even played that.
Yeah, and you got me that as a gift, and that was hard. I could not it was bad to play and get through. But I have played and beat all the mainline Yakuza games, and then it comes up to this, and I want to run around. I want to fist fight, and they come out with Judgment, and that's the only one that's going to have that sort of fighting system, and I did not care about the first Judgment. The first story didn't get me, and I want to play Lost Judgment or Lost Judge Eyes. I want to play it, but it's just they take the best thing and they put it in something that I don't care about, and then they take something and put it in Yakuza, and I don't care about it.
You know what I think is one of the biggest crimes of the change they made is that, all right, let's go to like the earlier Yakuza games, or even like it feels like Zero, at least for us, that's when we got into it, but Zero is also kind of when it feels like the series started to really get bigger.
Zero is where everyone should start.
Yes. Zero, yeah. So Yakuza 0 is one of my favorite games ever. It's my favorite game of the series, easily.
Oh, it's perfect. It is perfect.
Now, my one gripe is that this had this, and they got better with this as the series went on, is that you can't, in Yakuza 0 and those earlier Yakuza games, it's just a fight starts and then you get into like a battle arena and you have to do the fight.
Yes.
And then, I don't remember which game it was. Was it 6 and then they continue with Judgment? Or it must have been 6, right?
Well, or was it Kiwami 1 or Kiwami 2?
Oh, it might have been one of the Kiwamis, yeah.
I feel like definitely Kiwami 2. I don't remember about Kiwami 1.
So they changed it as the series went on to where fights, like, they can happen or they'll start, but you can still just kind of like keep running.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's all seamless.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yakuza 7, you're right back to, oh, I just want to do story shit. I just want to do this wacky side quest. But there are these sets of enemies that keep spawning along the road constantly in the same spots. And there's only so much you can do to avoid them, and you're forced to do the fight.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, engage in the fight in a way that's like, I just kind of want to go over here and do this thing.
I'm upset. I'm still upset. You had it.
I'm still going to play Yakuza 8.
You had it perfect.
So, I also am of the other opinion, though, that Judgment and Lost Judgment, I still have to finish. But that first Judgment is my second favorite of the Yakuza series. because I'm counting that under the Yakuza umbrella because it basically is.
You're walking into the same buildings and shit.
Yeah. That First Judgment really did it for me. So I'm not like upset that I still have that.
The only canonical Yakuza games are the ones where the Millennium Tower blows up.
Oh, okay. So all of them. Every time.
I love it. I'm like, yep. I'm like, every time I start a Yakuza game, I'm like, at some point the Millennium Tower is gonna blow, and I can't wait.
Even in the ones where you spend the vast majority of the game outside Kamurocho, you still manage to go back there and blow it up. Like, it just happens every time.
It's amazing.
I feel like that's not talked about enough.
No, and it's hysterical. Please keep blowing up that building.
Oh, that sounds bad. Out of context, that's real bad.
Don't make that a clip then.
I'll just clip that part and put it on loop.
Oh, Yakuza 0 is just so perfect, though. It is so fucking good.
It is. All right, Dave. What's your next one?
So, I feel like we've talked about this before, but Grounded is getting a TV series. It's going to be animated, which I didn't think we knew. It takes place in the same universe as the game, and Brent Friedman, for the writer for Star Wars: The Clone Wars, is going to be part of the project. I don't know what like the story is going to be, except like unless they have the robot in there as well, and maybe they're just going to be like surviving and like episode. But I mean, they're making an ARC show for some fucking reason, and that's because just also a survival game.
So so I have two things. One, I couldn't remember if Grounded, if we knew this was happening or not, because it was being presented as like a completely new thing.
I could have sworn like weeks ago, because every once in a while there's like that big, hey, here's 9 shows based off games that are happening, and I swear Grounded was one of them, but we didn't know it was animated.
Also thought so. There was also a couple of details, and I don't know if this is the direction the game's gonna go, but it said like in the thing I was reading, I think it was on IGN, it was talking about how like, okay, so gonna be like attached to the game, so you're gonna be watching these kids, shrunk backyard, yada yada, but then they start to uncover a government conspiracy. And I don't know if that's like what the deal with the game is gonna be when it like officially fully comes out in September.
I mean, there's this weird robot in the tree trunk that you go under, and like, what fucking dad has like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids machine? So I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it too. I didn't think I thought it was just gonna be like, yeah, your dad's just like a wacky scientist.
Bill Clinton.
It's Bill Clinton. Yep.
Now you kids not touch
a wacky scientist
machine.
I don't.
Oh,
I can't tell if I think I might like Bill Clinton the scientist.
Bill Clinton the scientist. Bill.
I think I like this new character.
Oh man, they shrunk them kids. I'm gonna go have a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I like this guy. He's a good comic relief in something.
Got it. Sometimes, absolutely.
All right. No More Heroes 3. I quite enjoyed that game. It wasn't reviewed very well, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's coming to other consoles, not just the Switch. So on October 11th, it will be also on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. That felt like we were talking about a notable game release.
October 11th is the day that is on every single calendar in Stray.
Oh, what does it mean?
Stray DLC?
No, it means that they're really big No More Heroes fans, but since Stray is only on PlayStation, they can only play PlayStation games. So they just really want No More Heroes 3 to come to PlayStation, so they're excited.
They can only play PlayStation games.
Did I say that?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were making fun of me messing up my words like I always do.
No, thank you.
Okay, no thank you. All right.
You like Discord?
I mean, yeah.
You like Xbox?
Yeah.
They're integrating. They're integrating together. So
Their inner cord.
available now to Xbox insiders and coming later for everyone else. Just hop into Discord with your buddies and talk.
I mean, to be fair, I've tried. To be fair, I've tried playing Xbox and
I was
PC.
making a reference and you ruined it.
Oh, all right. Well, you can't do references with me. You just can't.
Yeah, because you're a sheltered little bitch.
Yes.
Yes.
So I have had issues where I've been trying to play like something on Game Pass on PC, and or I don't remember the exact situation, but I've had issues.
Don't care.
To where me, my girlfriend, and her little brother all wanted to play on various consoles, PCs, etc., and we couldn't because of this Discord problem. So yeah, this is cool. That's it. That's my story.
Nice.
Tell me you don't care without saying you don't care. All right. Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, is officially happening. Simon is it McQuoid? Is that how you say it?
That's how I would say it.
All right. Simon McQuoid is returning to direct it. I never saw the first one, so
I thought it was all right.
Wasn't your thing that it needed like more of the action?
Like, so first off, the outfits looked so cosplay. Like, they did not look the best. Like, a lot of like the masks and stuff, they look so thick, and something felt off. And the fighting, when it got down to it, like, I feel like it could have been so much cooler, but they literally went to like they were moving so slow and like doing actual in-game moves, but it looked like it was just so slow and the choreography just wasn't there. Like, give me something fast and cool and like some cool fighting, not just like move forward, kick, grab, do something. And like, I don't know, make it cool, make it faster.
You could do the thing where you just set the like playback speed to like 1.25.
Yeah, but then I'm just watching. I'm not listening.
You could. There's probably a program where you could still listen and they'll just be talking really fast. Also,
hey, that's their job, not mine.
Oh, what am I paying you for then?
I'm waiting for my first paycheck. It's been 57 weeks.
I'm also waiting for my first paycheck.
You want another studio? We got another new studio.
Give me a studio, Dave.
Wildflower Interactive is a new studio from the director of Uncharted 4 and The Last of Us. They're mainly looking to just fill roles at the moment, and they want to be like a small, like close-knit studio. That's what we got.
All right. So pretty much any person that has worked on a big game with some sort of leadership role, we can expect within the next 5 years they're going to have their own studio.
That's what it seems like. I mean, there's so many indie studios popping up, and then they're not indie studios anymore. Like, yeah, I don't know.
The cycle is kind of the big studios release a game once every like 10 years, and then the indie studios become bigger and then become that level, and then new indie studios pop up, and it's just an endless cycle of that.
I mean, yeah, these people make these games, they get really popular, they don't like management, so they break off and they do their own thing, and then they make games, which some people might not think are as good as the games that were made, but some people like those, and then the cycle will continue, and then they'll break off, and they'll do more, and then they'll all be bought. Yeah. They'll all be bought.
That is definitely the case.
Yep.
They will all be acquired
as it is, and then those acquisitions
usually by
will be acquired.
So the acquisition will almost always also be by the parent company that they used to work for.
Pretty much, they're like, "Welcome back." It's like, yeah, we broke off. We just wanted a lot more money.
At this point, Bungie will be back with Microsoft for like the 20th time,
something like that. Who knows? Obsidian will be free again just to join back up.
With Nintendo.
Yeah.
All right. I think we hit our new studio quota for the week.
That we know
Let's
of.
talk about notable... Yeah, that we know of. There probably were more.
Probably.
All right. Notable game releases. We have quite a few on here, Dave.
A lot of them are coming out the same day.
Yeah. I guess I'll kick us off with Bright Memory Infinite. July 21st on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and S. I have a question for you.
Tell me.
Well, do you want me to tell you or ask you?
Tell me.
You played this.
So I played Bright Memory, which was that like first episode of the game, and then the dude got looked at by Xbox, and then they're assisting him in making the full thing. So Bright Memory Infinite, and it looks like how do I put this? It looks terrible and good at the same time. Like, it looks like a lot of work was put into it, and then it looks like no one is going to care about it.
Is this coming to Game Pass?
I don't know. I don't think it might not, but it might. I haven't really looked too far into it, but I'm curious about it because they just throw so many elements into this game.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing, right?
Yeah, but like it looks like the story's going to be garbage. It looks like the main gameplay, I don't know how much it'll be fixed from when I played Bright Memory, but I'm definitely interested, and I just want to get to the driving part. I just want to see what that's like.
Well, I guess we could find out on July 21st.
Also coming July 21st, Koromon is coming to Switch. It's another one of those monster taming games, little Pokemon ripoff, but I don't know. I'll play it.
Something I'm gonna play, maybe not right away, but I am interested in, is Hellpie, also coming July 21st. On. All right, let's do this. PC, PS4. PS4 again, apparently.
Whoops.
All right. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. So everything.
Mm-hmm. Next up,
that game looks cool.
I gotta look it up again, but I remember you were talking about it, and from whatever I looked at initially, I was like, yeah, I'll probably end up playing that.
It's just a wacky 3D platformer.
Yeah, I'll play it. Next we got Severed Steel. This throws me off. So it's a mix of like Ghost Runner and what was the fuck that game we played at PAX that was out the same day?
Oh, hold on. I have quick access to this information.
Hey, Finny.
Hi, Finny. Yeah, Finny, say something.
He is the talkative one.
Wait, no, it's... Okay, so that game that came out of PAX, remember we were like, oh, it's out, but then surprise, it wasn't out. It was just like a open thing. What early access?
Whatever. It was coming out the next day. Whatever it is.
I can't find it. I thought I had easy access, but I have quite a list here and I don't see it.
It's just fast shooter, running around. You might die in one hit. Just shoot, run, go, fast.
Wow, shoot, run, go fast, huh?
So it's out now on PS4, PS5, and Switch. And on July 22nd, it's going to be out on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. It was actually out on PS4 and PS5 on the 20th, and Switch as of the 21st.
Yeah, I'm giving up. I really want to find that game. Nope, I'm done. All right.
I can't remember.
We got... okay. We have...
I don't know. I don't know.
Live a live, Livy. Coming July 22nd on Nintendo Switch.
I am excited. I do want to play it.
I know I've heard it in one of these Nintendo Directs, how to actually say it, but I haven't absorbed that information.
I feel like it's Live, I'll Live, but I don't fucking know.
Live a live, live.
MultiVersus, though, is coming out July 26, 2022 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and X, S. X and S. X. Oh, fucking. MultiVersus is coming out July 26th on SSX. On
Tricky.
PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One.
We gosh darn did it.
Yes, chef.
Ooh, am I Chef Ramsay?
I've been watching a lot of Hell's Kitchen.
So as you know, like right before he left and moved, we got a Roku at work, and Hell's Kitchen is one of the go-tos.
Nice.
Or no, I'm sorry, Kitchen Nightmares.
Hell's Kitchen is a lot of fun.
It's just Gordon Ramsay, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's all you need. All right,
I don't think I have any.
We're
banter.
done.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired too. It's been a long week. Wow, you're doing that. It's the things I'm seeing him do on camera is like not abnormal, but there's something about it that looks very abnormal.
I was scratching both my armpits with their respective arms.
Yeah, I know it's not like something that people can't do, but there was something about.
I feel like it's weird to do opposite armpits with opposite
that
arms.
Kind of
it doesn't work as well.
It doesn't look as unnatural, but it looks like you're doing something that's really sketchy.
I'm like, fiending right now.
Yeah, like it's very sus.
Hey man, when you have an itch among us, you got to do something about it.
I did it. I got one.
There you go.
I did it.
Oh my god.
I'm finally 10.
God, you're so pathetic sometimes.
That's my middle name.
Dylan. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Was that another reference I didn't understand?
No, I wasn't giving out your information, although we've already given out our names.
I mean, if you go to offshoregamescast.com and that's it, our first and last names are just right there.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. But we're not going to say it here, so you have to go to the website. How's that for a marketing tactic?
What's going on, guys? I'm Bleep.
Go check out our Endling Extinction is Forever review on YouTube. You really enjoy doing that one.
And leave a comment saying that you watched it.
Yeah, go there, leave a comment and say, I watched it. And we'll respond. I can guarantee a response to that.
We'll respond saying thank you for watch it.
Yes, thank you for watch it with an exclamation point and a question mark.
No.
I mean, I have all the power to do that, so
I'm gonna end the episode.
You can't. I also have all that power.
Episode's over.
I also edit this, so I can do whatever I want. I can put the intro at the end of the episode.
Episode is over.